Lately, there is a distinct feeling in the air. You might have noticed a shift in the social climate, a sense that communities are fracturing and pulling away from each other. This quote points out a literal observation of that shift. Things that used to be whispered in private are increasingly being said out loud in public discourse. When we sense this change, our first instinct is often to brush it off. We tell ourselves it's just our imagination, or we assume people are simply exaggerating the tension. That hesitation leads to a far more dangerous delay. We wait until hate reaches a violent, extreme expression before we are willing to acknowledge that a problem even exists. Hate does not spontaneously appear at the point of extremism. It grows in the quiet spaces, moving the baseline of what is socially acceptable, right beneath our feet. This diagram outlines the 6 stages framework, mapping the downward trajectory toward hate. The core thesis, what we tolerate becomes what we normalize. Stage 1 is avoidance, ignoring others' experiences. This slides into Stage 2, dismissal, minimizing valid concerns as if they don't matter. In these early stages, we gradually accept subtle, harmful behaviors. We start letting things slide that, in the past, we would have immediately challenged. These initial steps are dangerous because they do not look like hate. They look like mere indifference, which makes the initial shift in our culture almost invisible. Returning to the diagram, we see where indifference breaks down. At Stage 3, hostility, quiet avoidance gives way to aggressive language. This weaponizes into Stage 4, blame, where groups start actively scapegoating others for broader societal problems. Stages 3 and 4 mark the juncture where the societal baseline officially drops. Hostile language crosses the threshold from being shocking to becoming an ordinary part of daily conversation. Once blame goes unchecked, we reach Stage 5, entrenchment. Entire communities lock themselves into solid, immovable divisions, unwilling to hear the other side, which leaves only one final destination. Stage 6 is extremism, the point where hate reaches its most severe form. When violence erupts, it is the result of society failing to stop the previous 5 stages of behavior. As seen in this graph, the baseline of what we accept drops further with every stage. Once the momentum starts, it accelerates toward the extreme. The United Nations recently highlighted the severe consequences of hate speech, calling for action wherever we may see it. This global mandate aligns with the 6 stages framework. Both argue that we must intervene early to prevent the spiral into real-world harm. Waiting to fight hate at the extremism stage means the preceding behaviors of avoidance and blame have already taken root. We all share a personal responsibility to pay attention. We have to actively notice when language and institutional systems begin their initial spiral down that axis. Intervention happens at the earliest points of friction. That means calling out dismissive comments and challenging hostile language the moment they occur in our daily lives. We must challenge any movement down the negative axis before the unacceptable permanently becomes our ordinary.